Okie dokie, I think we're good to go. Where were we last time? We got down to the 1,000-year door, learned the next location, and now we are having to find a crew in order to actually, like, get to Keelhaul Key. Hi. The other day I saw this guy jumping from roof to roof. Man, he was so dashing. But you know, actually, he might have been a bandit. Maybe that's why he was sneaking into chimneys. Huh, that's an interesting thought. What if we sneak into chimneys too? So we can actually go over here, roll up into a tube, and drop down, just like that. What do you blokes want? I've no interest in passing the time with you, so leave me be. Now away with you. Can we go back here? We can, cool. There's a shine sprite back here. I don't want to forget about that. Again, the next chapter will basically give us a ton of shine sprites. We'll be drowning in shine sprites. But that's good, because we have a lot of things that require shine sprites coming up very soon. Anyway, I had the realization, we're saving this one for when we go down to the pit at a later time. Elusive Badge is gonna take us to Hooktail Castle. We have to go there after Chapter 5 anyway. So we're actually only going to do this quest. There was also another quest that was moved to a later chapter, I think, or maybe it's up to Chapter 5. So yeah, we only have one trouble this time, seeking a legendary book. I want you to go find a legendary cookbook for me. It's in a pretty scary place, so there's no way an old gal like me could get it alone. Please come to my house in Rogueport Square for details. Hey, guess who already found the book? We have literally no, like, downtime basically in this chapter because we only have the one trouble. I kinda sworn there was another trouble that actually, frankly, ties into something that I'll complain about in this stream. But oh well. Also, hi. This is my brother's shop. Someday I'd like to have my own shop. That'd be nice. Foreshadowing. We also haven't been to the badge shop in a bit, so I might duck in there real quick. Hey, you took on my trouble. Well, it's really important, so listen up, Mr. Klutz. Ages ago, there was this great legendary chef named Maitre Delish. The rumor has it you instantly become a better chef by reading his book. Unfortunately, it's an old book that's hard to find. Stores don't carry it. But I recently heard that someone who used to live in Creepy Steeple had a copy. There are many secret rooms in Creepy Steeple, so it's moldering there somewhere. I just have to get my hands on that book and read it. Help me out, Stumblebum. Ah, that's it. That's the book by Maitre Delish. Give it here, quick. Ha, I see. Aha. So this will give us the ability to cook with 2 items, basically opening up every possible recipe, assuming we can actually obtain said ingredient. There are several ingredients we won't be able to get for a long time, like chapter 7 even. I've got it now. Just glaze a mushroom with honey syrup for a yummy honey mushroom. Brilliant! Now I can use recipes that require 2 ingredients. Now that's some book. Talk about effective. Thanks, Mr. Staggers. Take this as your reward. Or I could have given you a reward, but you have too much stuff. I'll just leave it here, so grab it whenever. Now I can use recipes that require 2 ingredients, so just ask me anytime. I'm really going to put my soul into it and cook with a vengeance from this day on. Wow, we are already full up again? Oh. You know what? There's a lot of items I never actually use. I should just sell these. Also, we did buy the first copy of Super Luigi last time. We'll probably read through this at some point. But yeah, I never actually used Mr. Softener, so we'll sell that. What else can I sell? Or store? Please tell me this is the store menu. It is, cool. I don't want to accidentally have to use that. We'll save the boo sheets also for like a post-game thingy, probably. 10 slots, that's probably fine. But yeah, that's the one treasure we're doing. We'll save the other one from this chapter for next time. And again, one got moved to chapter 7 for sure. Oh, hi, Luigi. When I headed to Circuit Break Island, it got me a marvelous compass piece. You wouldn't believe it, bro. Talk about thrills, chills, and spills. It was just like Danganronpa for the PlayStation Vita. No, I should say PlayStation Portable. It was pretty exciting, bro. Wanna hear what happened? It's a long story. Well, like I said, it's a really long story, but here it goes. Just as our boat arrived at Circuit Break Island, we heard this incredible racket. We soon found out that they hold kart races almost every day on the island. Whoever takes first place in the race gets to rule the island as king for that day. Just as we got to the racetrack, they were holding the awards ceremony. I couldn't believe my eyes. Right there on the trophy they gave to the winner, it was another piece of the marvelous compass. I almost passed dead away. I decided right then and there that the only thing to do was enter the next race. I mean, I've driven in kart races before, so I thought I'd be okay, but boy was I wrong. The karts were supercharged machines that could send you airborne with their exhaust. These vehicles are armed with missiles and bazookas, so it was anything goes, bro. Of course I wanted to get right out of there pronto. These drivers were crazed. I worked up my courage and signed up anyway, and my race day finally came. I got one of the best karts, the big green 01. I took my position at the start line. The light went green, I stopped the accelerator, and something bad happened. I was in reverse. The big green 01 went rocketing backwards with me yelling. I crashed into the wall behind me, hard enough to cut me off mid-scream. In one fell swoop, I dropped into last place and wrecked my racing machine. That wasn't all bad news. All the other cars crashed because of my maneuver. Once I got in gear and took off, I was the only car left. I went by a country mile, bro. I took the piece off my trophy and added it to the marvelous compass. The compass came to life and pointed me toward Jazafraz town in the east. Then I heard that voice. Princess Eclair's voice echoed in my ears again. Oh, my princess, random words would form poetry if spoken by your voice. I will most definitely save you. Just wait for me, Princess Eclair. Oh, sorry about that, bro. So after that, I got back on my boat and came back here to Rogueport. And that's what's been up with me. Neat. That's not the whole story, of course, because Luigi is full of shit in this game. Yeah, I'm Torque, and don't for a second think this dude's telling the whole story. The only reason I lent him my rig was because he got down on his knees and begged. And what happens? He's in it for 1 second before he completely totals it, idiot. I'm not letting this dip out of my sight until he repays me the 5,000 coin repair cost. I like how he turns red, he's so mad. Anyway, hi. Monetary wealth gives me freedom, yes, and freedom gives me wealth of spirit. And yet, why is it that a man whose life is unchanged must always long for yet more, huh? What is missing from my life? This tears up my very insides. I must know. What do I lack? Probably romance. Romance, you say? Ah, I suppose one does need some romance in life. I cannot roll my R's. What other sweet, delectable fruit could make so many wonderful pasta sauces? Ah, no, foolish Flavio. Not romance, you silly man. What I need is romance. Wait, hold the horses. That is it. Yeah, now that I'm thinking of it, I once heard of the treasure of Cortez, the Pirate King. Yes, this is the answer. Oh, such happiness for me. A hunt for pirate treasure. Why, that just shrieks of romance and thrills and emotion, even money. Do you not know the tale? The Pirate King's treasure hidden on Keelhaul Key? Ah, well, tales say that the Pirate King Cortez hid his hoard of pirate booty there. For years, treasure hunters and ruffians have gone there in search of the loot. But not a single one of them has ever returned. Oh, the horror makes my back tingle. People have whispered that the ghost of Cortez attacks all who seek his treasure. Eek! It is because of those very rumors that people no longer go to Keelhaul Key. But that will not stop Flavio. The treasure is there, yes, and I'm going to prove it. For I am Flavio, trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the seven seas. What is that you are saying? Talk of a legendary treasure here beneath Rogueport? Why talk such craziness? There isn't anything like that in this dull armpit of a town. You cannot be believing such stupid rumor about treasure some street urchin spews out. No, 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 no. Now what madness comes bursting from your mouth? You have a treasure map? Well, hand it over. Rather, I mean, show me. You are having a joke on me. This map leads straight to Keelhaul Key. You swine, you mean to steal my treasure out from under me, you awful, awful man? Well, now I am confused. You're looking for things known as the crystal stars. But now that I'm thinking, a star-shaped stone was said to be in Cortez's whole hoard. Perhaps I could sell it for a staggering amount of cash. Yes, that would be... stop such thoughts, Flavio. What you need is romance, thrills, and emotion. I cannot ignore what this business before me suggests. This must be fate at work. Flavio shall go with you to Keelhaul Key. Of course, the crystal star is yours, yes, but the rest of the treasure is mine. Huh? You must repeat that. Flavio's ears are plugged. You have no ship. Ha 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 ha, you unfortunate foolish man. Do you not know who I am? I will have a ship ready in no time, and it will be massive and glorious. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Let us begin preparations immediately, shall we? I will volunteer myself as our intrepid leader, yes, and you will be the captain. Ah, danger and adventure tickle my nostrils. Come to the harbor right away. I think that's just pollen. At least that's the case for me. Anyway. Very eccentric. Again, like I said, we're gonna make a quick stop over here just to see if there are any good pickups. There's one badge I want to get before we actually leave Rogueport, by the way. Piercing Blow actually has some benefit here, but eh. There's a badge we can now get as Vivian that I want to go out of my way to get because it'll be very handy for this next area. But yeah, Flavio is a character. Fun thing in the GameCube version, there are cases where Flavio will accompany you to different areas, and you can glitch him so he'll permanently follow you. It actually makes the game slower, so it's not good for speedrunning. But some people do it anyway for like GDQ, just because it's funny. Wow, there's like nothing I want here. We'll buy them eventually just to finish collecting, but... Oh, what? You changed your mind? Ah, come on. I realized I forgot to read that, but luckily, the stream preview still had it. But yeah, I have a very specific badge set up in mind, mostly to deal with like spike enemies, and fire occasionally, but... I'm just gonna sneak through here and we have this little interesting room. Now, do I remember the timing in this version? The answer is apparently kinda. Cool. So this is the Spike Shield Badge. Make Mario able to jump on spiky foes without being counterattacked. This is very helpful for something coming up not too far in the future. If I'm remembering right. It feels like you can actually get out of the Vivian animation faster in this version than the original, so it's really weird how some animations are faster and others are actually slower. It's kind of confusing, actually. We'll also open this up, not that we have any need to go to Twilight Town. Again, I could have sworn there was a third or a fourth. No, wait, it would only be 3 in this chapter. So yeah, that actually makes sense that there's only the 2 troubles. And again, 1 we're saving, so we are actually ready to move on with the chapter proper. Mind you, chapter 5 has a lot of setup. This might be some of the most setup of any chapter next to the Don Pianta one. At least as far as I can think, now that I'm trying to parse all of the things to do here. Can I even equip this? No, it takes... Wait, it only takes 3? Huh. I thought it took more than that for some reason, but we actually kind of full up anyway, so oh well. Next level up, we'll probably equip the Spike Badge. Also, Lumpy's gone. He is on his voyage now. Right, fair weather today, eh? Yeah, perfect day to set sail, if I do say so. Wouldn't mind a bit if the whole journey blew in fares today. No, sorry, Bob. I feel like I'm turning into Axel Low right now. Oh yes, I'm gonna be filthy rich. I can't wait to leave port. Starboard ho! Port ho! Giant monster blooper ho! I'm practicing my hos. Good for you. At last my dreams will come true. I'm gonna open my very own shop on Keelhaul Key. I don't care if it's small and ramshackle. It'll be mine. I just have one slight worry. Keelhaul Key is a deserted, cursed island. You think I'll get much foot traffic? Good question. Pleased to meet, your acquaintance. I guess a little, like, ooh-woo pose here. Like, ooh-woo. Like, it's so funny, some of the new animations. I might as well tell you, my brother went to Keelhaul Key and never returned. I get woozy just thinking of it, but I've decided to work up my courage and sail there. Jumping up to this toad is not the easiest thing. I always dreamed of the day I'd leave this town. I don't care if there were pirates or ghosts or undead vampires where we're going. It's gotta be worlds better than this stinkhole. Anyway, hi. Ah, yes, so it is you are. Well, sadly, a slight problem seems to have popped up. But feast your eyes on this outrageously fantastic ship. She is a fine vessel, no? Yes, the SS Flavian, the queen of the countless ships in my personal fleet. The raw majesty of her hull, the pomp and circumstance, none can compare to her. Behold the elegant curve of her prow. She cuts to the very the soul. Don't you agree? But she is not just a beauty, she is a savage beast on the water, tops among sailboats. But above all, I can tell you this proud ship can... Ah yes, did you speak? Ah yes, of course, the problem that has sprung up. I'd completely forgotten about it. The SS Flavian, she bewitches me. Yes, well, here's the issue. We have no navigator. He ran off, the dog. The navigator, of course, is the highest-ranked helmsman. They steer ships, you know. Now here's the real problem. The waters around Keelhaul Key are deathly dangerous. We need an absurdly skilled helmsman for our navigator. It is, how do you say? A pickle. Oi, Flavio. Heard you talking there, sir. If you don't mind me saying, I might have a solution. Do not tease me, Pop Patch. You can solve our problem, then spit it out already. Most I've heard talk of a famed, no legendary sailor living in Rogueport. Yeah, I think it's called Admiral Bobbery, salty old sea dog by all accounts. But he's said to have the helmsman touch, sir. He can make any ship bow to his will. Thing is, ain't a soul what's seen him on the seas of late. That's a boom, problem solved. Let us scout out this Bobbery fellow and get him on board. As is customary, my captain will handle negotiations. That would be you, Mario. That does sound fair to everyone, does it not? No complaints. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, aye. Sounds fair. Good plan. Sure thing. I didn't see what the other bottom said. Then it is decided. You must find this Bobbery and bring him here. Our fortune sails with you. So, order of operations is escaping me at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't remember what they want us to do. Oh, hi. I'm a Bobbery. Yeah, shut up, bloke. Used to practically live at Podley's place in the inn by the town square. Sometimes that lovely wife of his would swing by to pick him up. Podley Place, that was totally by accident. I didn't mean to talk to that Bob-omb, but hey. Actually gives us a very good lead. So we'll hop on over here, talk to Podley, find out why I bonked him like 4 streams ago. Admiral Bobbery, yeah, I know him. You know that house just past the wall in the eastern part of town? That's his. But I think both you and he would be better off if you just let him be. Unfortunately, we really don't have much of a choice in the matter. So we're gonna go pester him. I think we're all ready and accounted for, so I think we're actually ready to just keep moving. Nothing else to really work on. Admiral Bobbery, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Now, if you please don't insult us. We already know you're the Admiral, so just admit it. What poppycock? Tell me, what would you want with me if I were this chap? You say your ship needs a navigator and you want me to do the job, So sorry, but you'll have to look elsewhere. I shall set sail upon the sea nevermore. But maybe you don't understand how important this is. We need you. Without you, we'll never get to Keelhaul Key. Awfully sorry, dear fellows, but when I say no, what I mean is no. What do you think, Mario? Nothing we say seems to be enough to convince this man. But don't you find it odd? Why would a sailor have such hatred for the sea? We need answers. Maybe we should ask around town about this man's story. Well, Podley seemed to have known a thing or three, so let's go talk to him again. This is like the saddest part of the entire game, like straight up. And actually, I was thinking about this might be the saddest thing next to like Super Paper Mario out of like any Mario game period. Say Bobbery won't go to sea, huh? Well, can't say that surprises me. The real question is, are you folks really sure you want Bobbery back on the water? Oh, is that it? Now I see. You want to mount an expedition to Keelhaul Key. Rough seas up there. Most sailors would meet their ends. Not old Bobbery, though. The fact of the matter is, Admiral Bobbery's tale is sad. Horribly sad, actually. You'll probably end up crying, but I'll tell it to you if you really want me to. Please do, I can take it. In that case, get ready. Bobbery's tale of woe goes something like this. Bobbery was once married. He had a wife of enduring beauty named Scarlet. The two of them were madly in love, the sort of love reserved for fairy tales. Now Bobbery was a renowned sailor, so he was away from home for long periods. Scarlet never complained though, and always waited faithfully for Bobbery's return. And Bobbery, his eye never drifted. He loved only Scarlet, truly and deeply. So they lived and found happiness where they could, and all was good, for a time. But not all good things can last. It was a particularly icy winter when it happened. Scarlet fell ill. A virus? A passing cold? No one knew, but it soon turned serious. Bobbery, at sea on a long, lonely voyage, knew nothing of his bride's suffering. By the time he returned, Scarlet had succumbed. She was gone. Bobbery, of course, blamed himself. My loving wife perished because of me. If I were not at sea, I could have nursed her to health. I could have saved her. He was overcome with such thoughts. They tormented him always, haunting his sleep. He has never gone out to sea since. You can't imagine what that poor man went through. No wonder he won't sail. You all know his tale now, so tell me, do you still want him to return to the sea? Yes, we have no choice. Very well, I understand. If you're that determined, then I'll give you this. You got an old letter, the letter Scarlet wrote to Bobbery just before she departed. On her deathbed, Scarlet wrote Bobbery a final letter. You hold it in your hands. I don't know what's written inside, but I can tell you what she told me as she lay dying. If I should succumb to this plague, and if my love should blame himself for my death, then give this letter to him so he may hear my voice. It was her last request. When I saw Bobbery in misery, trying to forget the pain as he mourned his wife, I just couldn't bring myself to present this letter to him. I've regretted it ever since. Please, take this letter and do the deed I was too cowardly to do. Take it to Bobbery. Thank you so much, Podley. We'll deliver the letter, don't you worry. Ready, Mario? Podley's a fascinating character and that he kinda sucks. We'll see this again, probably next chapter if memory serves. There's more to Podley that is interesting, shall we say. But for now, let's go and deliver this letter to the Admiral. What? Oh, by Blabberton's beard, not you again. No matter how many times you entreat me, my stance is firm. Now away with you. Pardon? A letter, you say? For me? What? Scarlet? This is Scarlet's handwriting. Scarlet, my love. My love, if you're reading this letter, then I am no longer by your side. Because fate has stepped between us, I've decided to write you this letter. If you're reading this, I must have passed away while you were out to sea. I can only assume that you will blame yourself for it, my sweet Bobbery. Although my life was short, you gave me more than a lifetime's worth of joy. Though you all mourn, I beg you remember that time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea as you are one with me. Do not lose both your life's loves. Time like love is a tide. You are one with the sea as you are one with me. A thousand pardons, but may I have a moment alone, if you please? Yes, love, I was happy, my sweet, sweet Scarlet. I love you still. Now then, you were looking for a navigator, I believe, bound for Keelhaul Key. Huh. If you think an old sea bomb like me is what you need, then let's shove off. Animal Barbary, wonderful! The ship is in the harbor, I must inspect it before we leave. I shall meet you there. Genuinely, probably the saddest thing in, like, any Mario game? I can't think of anything else. Again, Super Paper Mario, I think that game comes close. And hey, guess what we're getting to after this, before too long. It's gonna be a bit of a gap, to be fair. But hey, Super will definitely come up at some point. Anyway, hi Petuni. Mood Whiplash. Hi Mario, how are you? I'm good. No, very good. No, great. Lots of stuff has changed here. Oh, but not y'all being mad at my brother. That's still the same. I do wish you'd come back to play sometime. Are you really busy? Are you going someplace far away? Like, a place nobody's ever been? Wow, that'd be fun. I'm jealous. Well, if you ever have time to come back here, come play with me, okay? You have to promise. From Petuni. We can play a game with her to get these eggs for cooking, mostly, and for a quest. We'll go over that later, obviously. There's one required for a Trouble Center mission, so we will tackle that then. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. If I could just get my mitts on that treasure, I'd never work again. By crumbly, I could frolic all day like a big bloomin' sea turtle. Don't hurt to dream, do it. Stop to- oh, okay. Say the same things, I would assume. Okay, so we'll just talk to Barbary then. Ah, the smell of the sea. I'd forgotten how sweet a scent it can be. What's Gumbella have to say? That's Admiral Barbary. All the dock workers call him a legendary helmsman. I don't know if that's true, but he definitely seems like the most capable sailor here. I know he's been through a lot, but I'm glad we brought him around, aren't you? Yeah. Anyway, let's talk to you. I knew you'd get Barbary on board, you wonderful mustached man, you! To you, I must say ahoy! I was wise to choose you as captain. Ahoy to me as well. My men have already loaded our cargo and supplies. Yes, preparations are complete. If you have no errands, we can depart at once. What do you say? Shall we set sail? Yeah, let's shove off. Like the last chapter, you are locked in as soon as you start this chapter. Very well, to the sea. Raise anchor and set sails for thrills and emotions. And romance and money, our destination is dread Keelhaul Key. Wait up! Oh, that was a bottom. I thought that was a toad for a moment. Maybe it was a toad. It sounded like the toad text sound. Again, different characters have unique text sounds in this game, which is a really nice touch. And off we go. However... This is X01 here. Come in, dude. I repeat. X01 here. Over. Roger. Reading you 5 by. Infiltration is successful. X0 Black aboard vessel. Repeat, X0 Black is on board the vessel. Shocker! There's a familiar character. It's probably the character everyone already knows it is. Anyway, Chapter 5, The Key to Pirates. Month star day XO. Over the protest of my crew, the SS Flavian has set sail. Is this voyage as reckless as they say? Ah, I must scoff. Flavio will show them guts. It's like a 3 or 4 day voyage, I think. 1 star day XX, another day of good wind. White clouds, they dazzle me. It is as if they are blessing our voyage. Flavio thanks them most heartily. One star day X music note. Things are going smoothly, perhaps even too smoothly for my comfort. At this speed, we should reach our destination by tomorrow's sunrise. Scout Captain casts his gaze, red chirp shines and plays, boom bassa boom festival. There's actually a tune in this version, which is nice. Sash Brothers, best of friends, 3 times red sash lands on his end. Blue sash's belly 4 times is whacked, so let's hear those fireworks go boom. At the boom bassa boom festival. Yes, now we are talking. Flavio told you, did he not? Nothing to fear, no? The island is right before our eyes. Do you not see it? It's a mountain of treasure. Oh, ho, ho, I feel fabulous. Shall I tell you one of my many tales of raw bravery? No, it is no trouble at all. There I was, locked in deadly combat with a sea serpent. Great, you started again. A tale of bravery, right? I heard this one yesterday. I feel like I'm turning into a rare blade also. There's nothing to... or not a rare blade, but like... as Xenoblade characters, I've realized the blades all have non-British accents. There's nowhere to escape to. We just have to listen till he's finished. Yeah, if you interrupt him mid-story, he absolutely loses it too. Why is that? Wait, what? Wait, what's going on here? The ship's stopping. Oh, I must have Navio. Sorry to interrupt. Awful sorry to interrupt that wicked story. But the ship stopped. Huh? Stopped, you say, to me after interrupting a story of passion and fury? Well, it is your job to keep the ship moving, yes? So take care of it. I see no issue with the ship itself, and I'll assure you I'm not so rusty a sailor that I would miss it. I'll investigate real quick. Wait a tick. How does he climb up without, like, appendages? Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm working on it. Just wait a stop a moment, you scallywags. And, yeah. Hey, it's about those ghosts. Oi, quit shoving, eh? I'm working over here. I said quit shoving. This cutscene has changed a bit from the original. They're here. What is the ruckus? This ruckus now? Who is here? Will someone tell me what is going on? No, they're upon us! The pirate ghosts! All of them rumors are true. What do we do? We gotta get out of here! Do not panic yourselves, this is just a dream that we are all having awake. Now, quickly, move the boat. That's a lot of them. Oh, ghostly oohing thing, are you really the savage pirate king? Help me! Buck up now, everyone. Remain civilized. Relax, don't panic. Relax, I say. You simply must take it easy. What? So, in the original, they jump ship. Bobbery, no! Excuse me, listen everyone. If we could form an orderly line without shoving right after... Yeah, I think Four Eyes abandoned ship in the original. Hey, we must get out of here. Abandon the ship, every rich marvelous merchant for himself. And there they go. That is way more dramatic than on the original. I like it. Month star, day X star. Fortune from disaster, the kindly sea washed us ashore. What strange irony that this island, the Keelhaul Key, was our intended destination all along, no? Yet we mourn. We have lost 3 crew members, including Admiral Bobbery. It pains me to think they were taken by the Pirate King, that ghostly thing. What happens to us now, huh? We may be lost without hope, stricken in the wilds. Munster, Dax, Heart, we have made a semblance of civilized life here. The ship's flotsam washed in, and we now have salty bread and other salty things. We can live for some time on the salty bounty of the sea. But then what, I ask? Month, star, day, circle, circle, we have built a few huts from the washed-up timbers. Ah, poor sweet SS Flavian, at least the shanties keep out the wind and rain. We still have had no sign of Bobbery and the others, and my heart, she doubts. Still, despite my fears, we must continue to hope that they are alive somewhere. Month start, day, circle X. 3 days on the island now, and the huts are all finished. We have carved a life out here, though we all dream of a return to Rogueport. And here we are. Oi, Captain Stash! Ain't much, but we finished a wee hut for you to rest in. Come have a look. If I'm not mistaken, is there a star piece over here? There it is. Cool. So 2 things to show off here. There's a star piece, obviously. But over here, there's a unique character. We're actually going to have Goombella for a bit because we have a lot to tattle. But over here, we have a Waka. That's a rare Waka. I don't think you see many of his kind anymore. Nope. If you whack a Waka, they drop a Waka bump. Those are supposed to be delicious. They fetch a high price in gourmet auctions too. Yep, super precious delicacies. So whacking a defenseless creature to get one, you never do that, right, Mario? Wacko, I'm Wacko. We've got some good weather today, right? Makes me feel like nothing bad could happen on a day like today. Wackadoo. Wacko, direct hit. So we actually have to do this. You gotta whack a bump, a lump of something, replenishes 25 HP and 25 FP. It's just a really good item for one thing. But you actually have to get enough whack-a-bumps to the point that he disappears to actually trigger a post-game super boss, believe it or not. I'll do that later on my own time. I'm not gonna show that on stream. That'll take a bit. Captain, please help us. Flavio and Pa Patch are in a huge fight. And what about you, Squinty? You turned to jelly when you saw those ghosts. What are you talking about? You are the one quaking in his boots, fancy pants. Wait 1 moment. Did you just call the Great Flavio fancy pants? That's right, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants. I feel like these are going to stop being words. These stop feeling like actual words at a point. That's also only in the remake, by the way. The super boss. Well, you know, Cyclops, Flavio demands satisfaction. You, me, hammers at dawn. Oh, that's right, fine by me. I can't wait to put a few dents in those fancy threads. They're here! Captain Stash, them ghosts are back. And there they are. Mario, front and center. This is an order. Take care of those ghosts. Like we have much of a choice, to be fair. Yeah, we have a new type of enemy that is obnoxious as hell to deal with, for reasons. We'll tattle. First things first, as always. That's an Ember, sort of a pale blue flame spirit, kinda spooky. Max HP is 8, attack is 2, and defense is 0. Of course, since this thing is a flame, touching it will hurt. Didn't Mama teach you that? Here's another thing you should know. Something horrible is likely to happen if you attack it with fire. Looks like it's susceptible to ice or explosive attacks though, so that's something. If you get hit by a flame attack, you'll catch fire, so try to guard well. If you notice my voice sounds off, it's because I actually did cry during that cutscene. Just to clarify, if I do sound off since then. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, that scene gets me. It's one of the reasons I like this game so much, because a lot of moments just kinda hit a certain way. Okay, going after Mario. Oh, thank you for the heart and head pat, Aiden. You're very sweet, as always. Yeah, if my voice sounds a little froggy, that's why. And thank you for the hug as well. Damn. Okay. I definitely feel like, 1,000 Year Door is a game that starts kind of slow a little bit. I mean, most RPGs do. But basically, I kind of feel like the first section of the game is very tutorial-y and like basic Mario. So like chapter 1 is kind of bland. It's very much like the first game, minus the Koopa Bros being replaced with a dragon. Just basically show the GameCube can render really big enemies. Yes, yeah, Bloomin' Beast, Captain Stash. Too early to celebrate. No, there are surely more of them elsewhere. Someone must investigate the rest of the island. Yes, that is what must be. As leader of this expedition, I of course should stay here. On this, I brook no argument. Yes, of course, Mario. Perhaps you could handle the exploration of this island. Can do. That is my boy, and you would go forth with boldness. We count on you. They do sell ice storms, which is very helpful, given that we have a lot of enemies that are weak to ice, specifically. Alright then, welcome. Honored to have you enter the Keelhaul Galleria. What can I do for you? We're gonna store the Whack-A-Bump, because it's a really good healing item. Come back anytime, Captain. Let's talk to everyone. Hey, did you find anything? You gotta find a way for us to get back home. What's going to happen to all of us? Here's an end of the island seems awfully mysterious. Good luck, Captain Stash. So what have you found? Anything exciting? We'll cheer for you, Captain. Sure you do. Oh, the Battle Master's even here, somehow. Does he say anything? Hey kiddo, you need- oh. That's boring. I kinda wish I had more custom dialogue per area. That's like one gripe I have. There should be a couple star pieces around. There's this one here. There's one behind a rock on the other side, I think. It's probably over here. The little bit of bloom in this area is actually very nice. It reminds me of Wind Waker HD a bit, except not as blown out. Because like Wind Waker HD is extremely blown out. Anyway, hey, remember those fuzzies we saw back at the Glitz Pit? They're normal enemies now. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that, truth be told. Just because they're kind of annoying to fight. If you want experience, they're good though, because you can kind of just farm the... Oh hi, another boost sheet. Boost sheets are actually very helpful for some of the late game and the Switch exclusive boss fights as well. So I would like to hold on to the boost sheets as long as I can. You have a jungly chapter here, but as I was saying, chapter 1 is like a lot like the first game, because you have the Koopa Village, you have a castle, etc, etc. Similar, it hits a lot of similar beats, basically. Boggly Woods is obviously unique. You got a head rattle badge. May temporarily confuse an enemy, hindering their actions. Neat. Another flower fuzzy. Cool, thanks game. Chapter 2 obviously is very different. You have Tri Desert and you have Boggly Woods, so that's very different. Chapter 3, you actually do have a connection there because you have a Klubba as your main antagonist. You have, obviously, an invincible type of Blubba for the first game, and Macho Grubba for the second game. Chapter 4, you have Shy Guy's Toy Box and Twilight Town and the Creepy Steeple. But in general, I do think the first chapter is kind of weak, just because it's very plain old Mario. Boggly Woods is where things start getting a little bit more exciting. But Boggly Woods kind of suffers from just Bowser Door having a lot of like padding in general. So like the punies kind of can be a little bit annoying to wrangle. Chapter 3 again also kind of suffers from padding a little bit because the fights take so long. But in general, I think Chapter 3 has a lot of charm to it. Again, it just feels slower on Switch because you can't mash through it as much dialogue. That's like redundant. Which on a stream playthrough isn't gonna be that bad. It stands out more on like a personal playthrough where you've already seen the dialogue. But yeah, on stream, when I'm mostly going through everything pretty slowly anyway, it's not a big deal. So again, that's like a bit where it ends up feeling a little bit different just because of the format I'm taking on for this series. Anyway, there are normal, like, garden variety piranha plants, but these are special ones for this area. I think they have like 12 HP or something absurd too, so I don't really want to bother with them if I can help it. So yeah, I think Chapter 3 is when Thousand Year Door's charm really goes into overdrive, and not gonna lie, I was thinking about it a little bit between streams, and I don't think it lets up on the charm at all. Like, I think it just keeps getting better and better. I know Chapter 4 is divisive because of the amount of padding for the backtracking, but again, that's not a problem in this version as much. But in general, I think the last few chapters are very good. That's a putrid piranha. It's a poisonous piranha plant. That color is totally sickly. Max HP is 8, attack is 3, and defense is 0. It bites and attacks with super rank poison breath. Breath mint, table 4. If you get poisoned, your HP will slowly go down, so you know, try not to. Good advice, thanks Goombella. Helpful as always. So it has this poison spew attack, which is kind of annoying to deal with. This is also good use of the spike shield badge, because then you can like do different jump attacks that can help too. Yeah, like in Chapter 4 you saw Vivian and Dupless as very charming characters. In Chapter 5 you have Bobbury, obviously. So yeah, in general I kind of feel like even the sections of the game that have some fundamental flaws... What the hell? Why did that not count? I'm confused. But anyway, the stuff that is like very charming kind of carries the game a little bit for me. Even through some of the weaker sections, I'd say. And even then, I don't think the game bogs down too badly in Chapter 4 IMO. Obviously, it's up for debate, like up for like discussion. But in general, I feel like Chapter 4 isn't that bad, and maybe it's just because I have personal attachment to that chapter. It just stands out positively, even in spite of its flaws. Alrighty, there should be a hidden item around here. Not gonna lie, I have no clue where it is though. I don't remember. My memory isn't that good for like hidden blocks from the GameCube version. I want to say it might be on like the upper ledge if you like hammer towards where this block is. That's where it is, but genuinely no idea. This is also new here. You get a little spring. So this is only in the Switch version, and basically, it basically allows you to skip a little bit of platforming every time, because we have to make this trek to and fro here, like 3 or 4 times in total, so like we can basically skip ahead. The only problem with this though is this flower fuzzy is like always a problem. Again, it's the Twilight Trail problem of the path is too narrow to actually easily make your way through here without running into an enemy. So even with a shortcut to the second half of Keelhaul Key, it still takes a bit because of often having to run from this fuzzy. Again, a hell of a lot better than on GameCube, no denying that though, where you have to like do the little flutter jump with Yoshi and everything, do that whole set piece every time. But again, it's just an issue of... This game is surprisingly ungenerous when it comes to respawns sometimes. Again, that's one of my biggest grievances with the game, is just the way enemies can respawn very quickly can actually lead to a lot of problems. Or annoyances more so than like legitimate problems. I'm kind of being frivolous with stats because we're almost to a level up anyway, so I'm not like overly concerned about running out. You got a Thunder Rage, drops lightning on all enemies and does 5 damage. Very good item. Yep, there it is, a Jam and Jelly. Definitely worth it. I was trying to find that on my previous playthrough because of cooking, actually. These cursed ghosts, blast it all. These blotches. Is that Mario over there? You're alive, old boy. Right, you came just in the nick of time. Get these two out of here this instant. Huh? But what about you, Admiral? You've got to get out of here too. Just leave it to me, eh? I'll keep these ghouls busy while you get out of here. Please, that's an order. Let me do what I must do. Now away with you. Bobby thinks it's the right thing to do, so what are we waiting for? Just like, pick up Mario like that. Unceremonious. Oh, Bobby, please forgive our cowardice. We up and left you and everything was happening so quickly. Forgive us. Gone, eh? Excuse me, but I'd better be going also. And hey, you, out there looking at the screen. Yeah, I'm talking to you. It may be pretty obvious to you who I really am, but no telling Mario or else. Looking at the screen, does that make sense to anyone here? Hello Mario, welcome on in. We're actually just about to hit an ad break, but I will quickly endeavor to get a coconut first. How am I? I am more or less okay. We're having a bit of a cutscene early this chapter. You got a coconut, fruit from a tropical island. To be honest, it ain't tasty. It doesn't even give stats, that's how bad it is. It's one of the only items that like doesn't straight up give stats, I think. Which is not a great sign for how effective it is. But it's used for cooking in some cases. You can make a grenade out of it. I do want to get the ice power here. You got an ice power badge. Make Mario damage proof when jumping on fire enemies. Very helpful. And there's also a very not hidden shine sprite. What the hell? There we go. Who the hell do I want for this next encounter? Anyway, shine sprite over here. There should be able to shine sprites in the main field area. Yerg. So this sounded a legend of the sea meets his end, eh? I don't think we're automatically tossed into this fight, so I'm gonna be weird. I'm gonna heal first. And also, really quickly, so I don't forget about it, there's a star piece here. And I think I actually missed a star piece in the previous area, but that's fine. So, we will help out Admiral Bobby in a bit, but I am actually going to take the stopping point to refresh a bit.